Hi everyone, today we are fishing in the mountains of Utah. We're at about 10,000 feet. It's a beautiful day, a little bit chilly, but nice and clear. This creek is an interesting one. I have fished it once before, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I fished it in the headwaters section, so there's a lake over in that direction. I fished above the lake. Right now I'm fishing below the lake, so this is new to me. Also interesting about this creek is that it goes from a meadow stream, which is where it is now, to a really small kind of pocket water, higher gradient stream once we get into the forest over there. So I'm going to be fishing with this rod today. This is the Zen Tenkara Suzume. I'm going to put an 11-foot line on it here at the start when we are fishing in the more open meadow section. A longer rod would be even better, but I want to fish one rod for both parts of this creek, and then we'll switch to a 7 or 8 foot line once we get to the section in the forest. All right, the line is attached. I'll put a picture of the fly. It's purple and black with a brown hackle. The interesting thing about this creek and why I wanted to fish it today is that it has tiger trout in it. Also cutthroat, both of which I will be very happy to catch. I enjoy catching both of those species. I've caught plenty of cutthroat recently, but I haven't caught tiger trout in a couple years. Well, maybe a year, I don't know. I haven't caught any this year, I'll say that. This is a little bit of a tricky spot to fish. It's wide open. The fish can probably see me. That's why I'm kneeling down just a little bit. I think I was kneeling in a cow pie. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can get anything out of this meadow section. It's such a bright, sunny day. I think we should be able to, hopefully. And the last time I fished this, again, 5 or 6 years ago or something, I did indeed catch brook trout, or cutthroat trout and tiger trout. Oh, fish on. I thought I was on the moss that's over there. Looks like a cutthroat. Got him. Yes, it is a cutthroat. Sweet. So these are Colorado River cutthroat trout. Yeah, do you see that green moss right there? The fish was hanging out right there, and I thought the fly was on that. Look at, whoop. Look at that fish. Hope you saw him while he was there. When I'm bringing those fish out of the net and putting them back in the water, I'm not like grabbing them, I'm cradling them, and so a lot of times they just, flop out before I can give you guys a good look at them. Cutthroat are great, but I really want to catch a tiger trout out of here. It is fairly windy today, so I'm letting a little bit of the line rest on the water so that the fly itself doesn't get moved around by the wind too much. Having a little bit of line on the water is kind of a buffer. The wind will move the line, but it'll move the fly itself a little bit less. Isn't this a beautiful place though? We have this meadow that flows into the forest, got the mountains up there. They have some recent snow on them. Just a beautiful place. Yeah, there aren't a ton of fish in this section. Walking along here, I spooked like one fish over there, but ooh, this looks deep. This looks good. But looks like I already spooked whatever was in here. I mean, you could fish this with a much longer rod, and that would be the better way to do it. You'd be able to stay farther back. Nothing. I think I got lucky catching that first one within just a couple minutes of starting. This is a really nice little bend in the creek. It's shaded, it's deeper. So I would assume there's a fish in here. Oh, there we go. Got him. It's another cutthroat. That is a very nice trout. Beautiful. See ya, buddy. We might not catch any tiger trout. It might be all cutthroat in here, and I'd be okay with that. I'd like to catch a tiger trout, but, you know, can't complain if you're catching beautiful little natives, right? Remember how earlier I said that the creek gets narrower and steeper? I just spooked a fish that was right under my feet, under the bank there. This is what I was talking about. And it gets significantly smaller once we get even deeper into the forest. Okay, let's hide behind this tree as I try to fish this. That was not a good cast because it's very shallow there. Trying to get right up against the bank. Nothing. There we go. You can see how much better this pool looks than a lot of the other part of the creek that I've been fishing. It's just way deeper, shaded. It has that undercut bank. It's another cutthroat. Got him. Nicest fish yet. Look at that. See ya, buddy. And we are at the road with a little bridge. We'll fish under the bridge. These are a lot of the time really good spots to fish. There are almost always fish hanging out underneath the bridge. The problem often is setting the hook. Not so much maybe with this one, but with others where you can actually like walk underneath the bridge pretty easily. The bridge is usually too low to actually like set the hook, you know? So you just gotta be careful or else you're gonna smack your rod. But if we do a bow and arrow cast back in here, let's see if anything bites. Nope. Come on, you know there are fish hanging out on this right side here. It's deeper, always shaded, right up against the wood there. Gotta be something. Huh. No luck. I feel like I've caught a lot of fish under bridges, but whenever I call it out in a video and I'm like, oh, there are always fish hanging out under bridges, I never catch one, so. Oh, that's a brook trout. That's a big brook trout. Huh. Wow, that is an extremely colorful fish. It's about a 10-inch or 10.5-inch brook trout. See ya, buddy. That was unexpected. Sort of. That was sort of unexpected. There are brook trout all over these mountains, but I obviously haven't caught one yet on this stream. And I think some of the streams in this area have been treated to remove brook trout, and cutthroat have been restocked in there. In some of these streams you can catch, 30 or 40 brook trout in like an hour, hour and a half, which is fun fishing, but not great for the native trout population. Okay, we are getting more into the forest and lots more trees and downed timber. This is where I was talking about how a shorter line might be the best bet. Let's see, do I switch to a 7-foot line or a 9-foot line? I don't think I actually have any 8-foot lines with me, so it has to be either 7 or 9. I think 7, like this is like a completely different creek. Like to fish this right here, I want something short that I can just bow and arrow cast quickly into that. So yeah, let's go to a 7-footer. Okay, we are rigged and ready to go. No, we're not. This is collapsing. Once I extend this back out, we will be rigged and ready to go. I have the same fly on there, the purple and black one. Ooh, this looks really nice. Yep, I thought so. We are back to cutthroat. This seems to be about the standard size for this creek, which is pretty good. Yeah, definitely the right move to shorten the line. Ooh, we have a couple of good looking spots here. Nope. How about this upper spot? This looks really nice. There it is. Got him. This one's slightly bigger than average. Fly is out. Colorado River cutthroat trout. The creek splits here. There's a little island in the middle. The right side looks like it has more water, so we'll stick to this side. I see a very nice looking spot right there and another one right above it. I'm guessing we'll hook into something in one of these. Yep. I believe that's a cutthroat. It is indeed. Pretty fish. See you, buddy. Fish on. Still looking for that tiger trout. This is not it. This is a cutthroat. Beautiful. See ya, buddy. If you've ever thought to yourself, man, how can he tell what species it is before he even gets a good look at it, before he even lands it? I've thought the same thing before about people who go bass fishing, because I'm not a bass fisherman. These guys would hook into a bass and then instantly be able to tell what species it was, like smallmouth, largemouth, whatever. It's the color, really. At least that's how I do it. Like if I see a fish and it's like golden with some reddish, like rosy colors on it, that's definitely not a tiger trout. And that's definitely not a brook trout. Brook trout are green with like a fiery orange underbelly. So just by, pretty simple process of elimination, you can figure it out pretty quick. As long as you've been fishing a while and can identify those fish in general. And so with bass, it's like, if it's green, it's a largemouth. If it's more brownish, that's a smallmouth, from what I understand. Bass just do not live in the places that I fish. Oh, fish on. Nothing on the first pass through, but I got one on the second. Good sized fish, biggest one yet, or one, definitely the biggest cutthroat. Oh, in and out. There we go. Yeah, that fish was just right underneath the bank right here, where it's a little bit deeper and there is some cover. I was standing like right above it, more or less. Very pretty fish. See you, buddy. Okay, and now we are back to a meadow section. I think we're getting close to wrapping it up here. And I think that, again, I'm gonna just kind of speed through this part. If I can come at that bend up there from a good angle, and if it looks deep, then I might try to fish that. We can extend the rod all the way. So now it's about, 10.5 feet long with a 7-foot line on here, which is a little bit odd, but hey, if it works, it works. Wow, that that line is shorter than it seems. I had to get much closer than I thought I would. I'm gonna bring the fly closer to the bank, to my side of the bank. See if, oh, yep! I thought that might Thought that might work. Don't you love just calling your shots and then they pay off? This is a brook trout. Very nice, skinny little guy. Yeah, I cast out into the middle and then brought the fly back thinking that surely there's something hiding underneath the banks here. And there was. Oh, I see a fish. I don't think it saw me. Yep, there we go. Lots of fish in this section. Look at that. Look at that. Dozens. Okay, this is a cutthroat. Let's bring him over to where I can land him easier. Got him. Beautiful fish. Nice spots. Beautiful. Look at that. That is a great fish to end on. See ya, buddy. Look how clear that water is. Beautiful day. Beautiful place. That was fish number 11 or 12. All but 2 of those were Colorado River cutthroat trout. And I've been fishing for about an hour and 15 minutes. Had a great time, despite not catching what was kind of the target species. I really wanted to catch a tiger trout. I know they're in here somewhere. I'll just have to come back next year and fish it again. Maybe try again fishing above the lake or in the lake. You know, I don't fish lakes all that often, but it's fun to do every once in a while. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.